This is Gary Smith of Radney Smith Funeral Home, and we're honored to be sponsoring the Veteran of the Month project here on WYEA. All veterans deserve our deepest respect, recognition, and admiration for the decision they made to serve, defend, and protect our country. It is an honor to be part of sharing some of their stories. Our Veteran of the Month for October is Howard Ellington. Mr. Ellington is a World War II veteran who served in the Army Specialized Training Program and Heavy Weapons Platoon in the 94th Infantry Division. During his service, he received a Bronze Star for the action in combat.
I was drafted into the Army immediately after I was 18 years old. I got my basic training at Fort Benning, Georgia. I was then assigned to an infantry company in the 94th Infantry Division and took additional training in Camp McCain, Mississippi. I was a PFC at that time and shipped out to New York and shipped out on the Queen Elizabeth, which was a big luxury liner that had been converted to a troop carrier. And we went across on a ship and then were transported from that ship on a landing craft. And we landed on one of the same beaches that the troops landed on D-Day there in the southern part of France. And our division stayed there in the southern part of France, and that's where the U-boats were stationed, and they'd slip out of those ports down there out into the Atlantic to do their damage to all of the shipping. Then we really got into serious combat where our soldiers were fighting directly with the enemy. Then we moved in and had to cross the Saar River with little assault boats. On the morning of the 22nd of February, we were pinned down as we were advancing, and there was a German soldier that was firing on to our troops as we were marching. And one of the guys in my squad said, "The guy that's firing that is in that old house over there." Well, as we approached that, he fired again, and then I opened up with a little submachine gun that I had, just firing into the side of the building. And after we got through with that, I was recommended for a Bronze Star Medal. When General Patton's army made the famous drive to the Rhine, we were assigned to his outfit, and we advanced with him up to the Rhine River. And then we were transported back up into the main part of Germany, and we stayed right there on the Rhine River for several days. And at about the time that the war was over, we crossed the Rhine on pontoon bridges. After the war was over, we were moved down to Czechoslovakia and were occupation forces there. And part of the time when we were down there, I went out and worked on a farm. They had a school teacher who did vocational agriculture teaching, and he'd have soldiers come in and take a 2-week course. They prepared me to be sent home and discharged from the Army. I went from France to New York, and then from there to the station where they discharged you. And I was discharged, I think, the 21st of January of 1946. Actually, it was after the war was over, I was promoted to sergeant, and I was a sergeant when I was discharged. I didn't have any problem adjusting. We had a job to do. We got the job over with. We came home, and I picked up more or less where I left off. Well, I think it's an honor. I appreciate it, and I'm honored to be able to participate in the program.
Congratulations to Howard Ellington, our Veteran of the Month for October. We'd also like to thank American Legion Post number 45 for helping with the selection process. This is Gary Smith of Radney Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga.